to know how much credit they should give to this.
Also, a fair observation. Now, Jeffrey Goldberg has done many defense stories over the years. Fox's Jennifer Griffin has confirmed key elements of the story based on her sources, as has the Washington Post. But, Leslie, this isn't just a routine White House denial. You have several top aides who were there in France, including Sarah Huckabee Sanders, saying on the record this didn't happen. John Bolton, who trashes Trump in his book, saying he never heard it.
Well, I think maybe they weren't standing with him when he said it. Look, there are two things here. Jennifer Griffin is an outstanding journalist. And to me, you got to look at not only if there's an anonymous source, but who is reporting that source. Jennifer Griffin of our own network has confirmed this, corroborated this. Washington Post, New York Times. But in addition, how we have to look at a pattern of behavior. And the president, I mean, with the mocking of the disabled journalists, the president, saying negative things about a Gold Star family, a grieving mother, saying to a mother of a fallen soldier in Niger, that he knew what he signed up for, the things that he said about John McCain. I'm sorry, and also his level of defense about it. My mom used to say, if you accuse somebody of something and they defend themselves again and again and again, they're probably guilty, right? Because if you're not, it doesn't bother you. So to me, the pattern of behavior speaks to the journalist's claims.
I just want to say, President Trump has called for Jennifer Griffin to be fired. This is one of the fairest, most conscientious reporters on the planet. A former war correspondent, has done this throughout various administrations. And she wasn't offering opinion. She was doing her job. Now, it's fine for the president to attack the story, but he really needs to stop trying to cancel journalists based on reporting he doesn't like. And on that point, Molly, here's what Jen Griffin told Neil Cavuto yesterday. She said, Deep Throat was an unnamed source. Doesn't make what he said untrue. My sources are unimpeachable. Why haven't they come forward? She says, you can see how people get destroyed when they get crosswise with the president. Your thoughts?
Well, Jeffrey Goldberg said that the reason why he didn't name his sources is because they didn't want to receive mean tweets. So on the one hand, we're supposed to believe these are high-level officials who are bravely coming forward, except they're not giving their name. I want to be very clear about what is confirmed when someone talks to anonymous sources. What's confirmed is that anonymous sources are talking. It doesn't confirm the underlying claims. We know that the Russia collusion hoax was spread through numerous government officials making claims based on what reporters felt was credible. It turned out it was all false. So we have to be careful. Yes, you can talk to people who you can grant them anonymity if you want. It doesn't mean other people have to believe the underlying claims. The story hasn't been confirmed. Just the fact that anonymous sources are spreading the story has been confirmed. And there's a really big difference between those two things.
Right. Leslie, in The Atlantic, some of this confirmed by other news organizations, disparaging comments attributed to the president about the late John McCain. But, of course, going back to the last campaign, Donald Trump said, McCain, he likes people who weren't captured, referring to his POW status.
Again, this speaks to the pattern of behavior. This is not, quite frankly, it's very sad, but these remarks aren't shocking coming from the president. And when you also speak of a pattern of behavior, the president has a pattern of behavior of not telling the truth. So at the end of the day, that I, as a voter, sit down and say, and I think other voters look at the pattern of behavior of this individual with regard to truthfulness and with regard to these types of comments about these individuals. Look, there are people that probably believe what he said and will vote for him anyway, especially in the military. The military are typically very pro-Republican, and the president is the incumbent Republican candidate. So I don't think, but I do think, and I've heard from on my radio show, some vets that weren't shocked, but it was just sort of rubbing salt in an old wound that reminded them with the election coming up of who their commander-in-chief is.
Let me tell you all, we're getting a little short on time. By the way, the president this morning continuing his assault, calling Jeffrey Goldberg a con man and saying that people should write to the Atlantic's majority owner, Lorraine Powell Jobs, Steve Jobs' widow, to express their dissatisfaction. Kristen, what about the timing? I mean, the Atlantic is